Happy Columbus Day, everyone. This is Chris Hodge. I'm doing a quick snip here on the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast, which usually airs every Friday around 5 o'clock Eastern time. And we got a great show already lined up for this coming Friday. But I have to address a couple of the things that happened this weekend in the world of sports. And the first thing to me, James Franklin getting fired. Now, there's going to be a lot of opinions on this that disagree with what I'm about to say. And that's fine. I love that. I love when you can say something that isn't controversial, but still have differing opinions, because that's what this world should be about. And it's the way I feel about where we are society right now. I do not believe James Franklin should have been fired unless you tell me that Penn State and the board of directors and the athletic director and everyone who makes decisions, if you could tell me they secretly called Nick Saban and Nick Saban is the coach coming in, short of that, I do not believe James Franklin should have been fired. Now, I'm not here to debate the recent performance. I cannot defend a loss to UCLA. I cannot defend a loss to Northwestern when you're a 20-point favorite. I'm not here to defend that. They got into a situation where they lost the big game against Oregon in double overtime, and the team just fell apart. And it's on the coach to keep the team together, and they are better than UCLA. They are better than Northwestern, and in that regard, I get it from the fan base. You guys have had it. I understand that, okay? But when you make a decision like this, when you owe the guy almost $50 million, I believe you have to look at the totality of the work, and we do not do that in society anymore. We don't do it in my business. If I go on Sports Investors Daily and I give you a game that loses on a Saturday, you guys think I'm the worst ever. Never mind, I've done this for 20 years and have a great record. No, never mind that. If I lose on a Saturday, you guys, this guy sucks, he's terrible, all this, that, and the other. Okay? And that's just where we are in society. But when you look at it from this standpoint, okay, I get his record against top 10 teams is not good. I understand that. I'm not going to defend that. Okay? What's the record versus top 10 teams? 4-21. How do you defend that? What's the record versus top 5 teams? I think it's 1-15. How do you defend that? Okay? Again, Chris, 2 or 3 minutes ago, you said the guy shouldn't be fired. It seems like you're making every case for him to be fired. I'm not doing it. I'm simply stating the facts. Okay? 4-21 versus top 10, 1-15 versus top 5, not good. Overall record, 104-45, which is about 70%. Now, understand this, and this is where everyone's going to get annoyed. You're Penn State, okay? You came off one of the biggest scandals in history 10, 15 years ago, in history, where your beloved coach knew that kids were being molested, okay? That is one of the greatest scandals we'll ever see. You haven't won a title, an AP outright title, in almost 40 years. I think 1986. I know 1994 had it with Nebraska, but you haven't won an outright title since 1986. Who are you? You're not Ohio State. You're not Michigan. Right now, you're not even Oregon, right? And I haven't even gotten to the SEC. You're not those teams. You're a nice little team in Pennsylvania, okay, that thinks they have some storied history because you've won two AP national titles, okay? 2. All right. So here's a guy, almost 90% of Penn State football players graduate college. His players have never been in trouble. You never read about a scandal right now at Penn State. The guy has represented your university and your football team with class and dignity. Okay, and by the way, before we go, you're an apologist. I'm not a fan. I'm not a Penn State fan. I could not care less. But where we are in society right now, Penn State has 85 football players. Here's the truth. Of those 85 football players, 10, maybe 10, are going to play professional. 1, 2, going to get a second contract, maybe. Your job as a college football coach is to develop young men to succeed in their life, which everyone calls bullshit. Because everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to win. And not 70% win. That's no good. Everyone wants national title every single year. That's where we're at in society. where a good coach and a good man, a family man, a guy that's never done anything wrong to your university, other than the fact that he has not found a way to win the big game, was in the Final Four last year, was in the national semifinal last year. What's wrong with that? Again, you're Penn State. You're Penn State. You haven't been relevant for 40 years. Okay? You're not Ohio State. You're not Michigan. You're not Notre Dame. You're not Bama. You're not anyone that's good in the SEC. You're not that person. Okay? This is the same problem Nebraska's having right now. Nebraska's living off what they did 30, 40 years ago. That ain't Nebraska anymore. No one cares. Social media didn't even exist when Nebraska was good. Social media didn't exist when Penn State was good. No one cares. No one gives a shit. No one cares. Okay? It's right now, Penn State is not a better program than Ohio State, and Ohio State plays in the Big Ten. Every year, whoever coaches Penn State, every single year, is going to struggle to beat Ohio State. Every single year. Maybe they get lucky in a game and beat them, but they are never going to go into that game where you expect, unless everyone on Ohio State dies, where you expect Penn State to beat Ohio State. So James Franklin did a good enough job to keep Penn State relevant against most teams, and when he ran up against it, he lost the big games. Who you bringing in? Who you bringing in? What coach is coming in? Let me know. Nick Saban? I take all this back. I take it all back. Go hire Nick Saban. Who you bringing in? What guy? What guy's out there? I heard Matt Rule. Matt Rule? He's in the same position. He never wins. He never wins a big game. Matt Rule? Okay. I heard that floated around today. Who are you bringing in? Dan Lannon ain't coming. Who are you bringing in? So you just fired a good man. And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Right? This is where we are. Man, winning 70% in college football in one of the best conferences, if not the best conference, because it's at with the SEC. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. Guys, never embarrassed you. Never a scandal. Your players are polite and respectful. 9 out of every 10 graduate. Go on to have successful lives, which is the ultimate goal. But the billions of dollars ain't there. That's not where the billions of dollars there. These 19, 20, 21-year-olds going out and succeeding in life, no one cares. No one cares. They only care what they could do for them on Saturdays 12 or 13 times a year. That's all the fans care about. That's it. That is it. I told my son, I told my son when he was playing sports, I said, look, whatever your coaches say to you now is all fine, well, and good. But when you're done playing for them, you're never going to hear from that guy ever again. That's the truth. He don't care. And I was right with the exception of one guy. One guy has stayed in touch with my son. One guy. Because they don't care. We only care if they win. And I think that's, yes, the main goal of competition is to win. The main goal of attending college is to, yes, win, but to better yourself for a further career so you can go out into society and perform well. And what did James Franklin do wrong other than, what is it? 4-21 versus top team? Terrible. Top 10? 1-15 versus top 5? Awful. That's it. That's all you got. And the way this man had to walk off that field the other day with his family there, getting the shit boot out of him. The shit boot out of him. Fire Franklin chance. Right? I don't agree with, man. So, man, if you're with that, great. If you're not, okay. Like I said, if I don't win every Saturday in the business I'm in, you guys think I suck, and that's just part of the business, part of what we are, part of life. It is what it is. But I'm interested to see. Let's do this. Let's see who Penn State hires, and let's see where you're at 5 years from now. Because I'll tell you this right now. I don't even know what today's date is. Columbus Day, 2025. I don't even know what the date is. 13, 14. I don't care. I'll tell you this right now. If it's not Nick Saban, in 5 years, you are not going to be any closer to a national title than you were last year when you were in the national semifinal. I'll tell you right now. You are not going to be any closer to a national title. Simple and plain, whether you like it or not. Good coaches do not grow on trees. The man is a good coach. I don't know the guy. I never had a conversation with him. And hell, every time he's been a big game, I've bet against him and made money. James Franklin doesn't win big games. But how many of them do? How many of them do? What, the guy from LSU, how many big games has he won? How many games has he won? He left Notre Dame. Notre Dame went to a national title game. How many big games has Kelly won from LSU? How many? Cristobal? Cristobal from Miami gives games away purposely. How about the guy Norvell from FSU? How many big games has he won? Alabama, you consider that a big game? Game 1 in the year? Okay, fine. How many big games has that guy won? Okay, he turned a 12-0 team into a team that couldn't win 3 games. And just go right down the list. Dan Lanning, great coach. How many big games has he won? Great coach. What national title has he won? This is where we're at. We're at Nick Saban. We're at Kirby Smart. We're at Ryan Day. Jim Harbaugh when he was in college. Is there another one? Seriously, is there another one? Is there another one? Who else is there? Signetti from Indiana? Okay, the jury's out. Let's see. He won a big game this week, but let's see. So that's the Columbus Day rant. I guess that was a longer, quick snip. But make sure you check out takingvegas.com. You could also text the word win to the number 545454. Today, we got a free pick on one of the Monday Night Football games tonight. Sports Investors Daily will be coming up again on Saturday, and the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast with JR and myself will be on again on Friday. And we have Brandy Roderick, former Playboy Playmate of the Year, and Jessica Hall will be joining us. Jessica Hall was on last week. The video got messed up, so we had to, and it's a shame because she looked fantastic, okay? But what a great conversation that was with her. So I'm going to have both Brandy Roderick and Jessica Hall on with me this week. So lots of big things going on here at the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. And, you know, if you agree with James Franklin being fired, that's fine. Good disagreement is all good. If you don't, yeah, that's fine too. That's where we are. But I think we need to hold ourselves to society a little bit better level. The man did a good job, and because he lost a couple big games and has a bad record, he gets fired, and that's the end of it. So, all right, everyone, enjoy Columbus Day, and be sure Friday to listen to the Bet Big Talk Loud podcast.